relaxed. It wasn't even recording. I just said a lot. Just saying, right, look, when I dig in the sand, look, it's like, look how wet it is. The sea came from, I mean, look at the waves at the moment. The sea came right up to the door. Not last night, the night before, and I slept through it. I mean, I heard bangs and crashes, but you do hear that in the night because the coconuts, look at my arm, right underneath one at the moment. These coconuts fall off, and it's like a bomb when it hits the roof or the rocks or something. So I've got used to those noises. They don't bother me. It wakes me up, and then I fall back asleep. But people are saying, I'll just sit here for a sec. People are saying they never saw the sea like this. It's very rare for it to come into the garden, but really this garden is beach. Look, they bought the beach basically, and there's no beach there. There's hardly anything to walk past for people. But this house, it's got an acre of garden at the front, which is beautiful, loads of trees and jungle and lovely, really nicely well kept. But really, they built this villa on the beach that belongs to the people. You know, so I'm not surprised the sea comes up to the windows. It's natural. But the road is flooded up there, so I might be stranded for a few days. Nobody can get past. Either you get out your car, leave your car, walk along the beach and cross the rocks and the waves might get you, or wait for it to dry off. But apparently the road is quite bad. But these waves, I mean, that whole gate was missing yesterday or the day before. The gardener came, and I thought, oh God, he doesn't come on Saturday normally. They leave, you know, it's like privacy, because it's like waking up, I have to get up, and it's like having visitors every morning. I see it as having visitors that pop on you every day when you're not ready. I don't like staff coming every day, it annoys me. But they're really nice. I can't say, oh look, go away, because they're really nice, but they chat, and sometimes I'm not in the mood in the morning, but anyway. But I thought, what the hell is he doing here? And then he says, didn't you wake up last night? Didn't you wake up? Didn't you see? I said, see what? He said, the sea came right up to the window, nearly up to your door. And I said, well, I heard something, but I hear things all night long, as I said. And if I was to get up for every little noise, God, I'd be a nervous wreck. So it wakes me up. I think, oh, what is it? Don't hear it again. I go back to sleep. Or if it's a bit creepy, I do wake up. But the sea, people are saying it's so strange at the moment. That never happened before. Normally, so somebody passing by, so I have to stop. Hi. Do you know if the road is still blocked down there? Do you know if the road is still blocked? Sorry. You know, the sea last night came right up to the house. Big, massive wave came right up, so it blocked off the road, you know? Is there still a lot of water down there? I can't get out. Because it's really dangerous, be careful. It's massive waves, but it came right up. It came right up to the door, not last night, the night before. And all this was water, everything. So the road is blocked off, we can't drive that way. But don't go in there, be really careful. It's just some people pass by, just the hotels there and stuff. But she wasn't much help. When I asked, was the road still blocked? And she's like, yeah, okay. But yeah, the fisherman, a boat went missing apparently, not yesterday, the day before as well, the night the big waves came and nobody's heard from them. And I think I actually got it on film, because I was filming the boats. Supon came to pick me up, and then he said, oh my God, look at that. So I got my zoom on, was zooming out there, and this boat just disappeared. It just went under. And normally, I've seen that before, I've photographed it, filmed it, and they come up with the waves up and down. You say, oh my God, it's so dangerous. But this one, I said, Supon, that's not coming up. Where is it? Where is it? And it just literally disappeared. So I think that was the one they're talking about, because it didn't, normally I could see the whole horizon here, and I've only got my normal 35mm, well 55mm lens. Normally I've got 300, so I can zoom right out into the sea. God, look at the size of that wave. So they said, oh yeah, there's something going on with the sea. There's no fish. There's just no fish. I mean, look at this sea and there's no fish. They have to go right out really far. I mean, let me try and zoom in, but there's nothing out there for miles. And they get sea blindness. And Supon went out fishing with his mates and said, oh, we caught nothing. We have to go out really far. It's so dangerous. And we just caught nothing. There's nothing there. Here's this woman coming back with she won't. Oh, there's a few people now, but I'll stop recording for a minute. So they've gone past now. I don't like recording people, so I don't like people recording me. So I'm a bit, you know, they might not like it. So I'm quite polite when people go past. But yeah, people are saying to me, "There's no fish. There's no fish." I'm like, how can there be no fish? All that say, but apparently, I don't know if it's something to do with maybe China, India, I don't know what's going on around there, because they get all the currents from Japan and China coming around this way, the way we get the Arctic and everything else coming, England, Europe, they get it coming the other way. And whatever is going on in China, it's killing everything here. None of the fishermen are catching fish. I've spoken to so many and they go, no fish, we've no money, we can't live, we've no families need food. The government doesn't pay anybody here, so if they don't get fish, they go hungry, the families go hungry. So they're saying they're having to go out really, really far, right out there. I mean, really, there's nothing out there for miles. And they're coming back, but maybe, he said they caught 30 kilos of fish, and I said, what's the usual? And he said, maybe 5,000 kilos. And I said, so really, a very small percentage. Look at these waves. Oh my God. It's coming right up to the gate. I'd love to jump in. It's so tempting, but it's so dangerous. Loads of people have been, well, not loads, but quite a few tourists have been killed. They think, oh, it's not that bad, and there's been quite a few deaths around here. It's, oh, look at that. But as I said, that came right up to the door the other day. I might go for a walk along the beach later. Sunbathing at the moment, having a drink, having a Corona, found some Coronas, they're really nice. There's one shop, it's really strange, there's one shop in the village that sells booze, and it's like going to buy heroin. It's on a really horrible road, tramps and winos all sitting around, and it really looks like you're going into the depths of hell or the whole of Calcutta or something, just to get a few beers and a bottle of wine. Nobody goes down there. It's like people who drink are really looked down on, but they keep saying to me, oh, foreigners, okay, they drink 1 beer, 2 beer, glass of wine, but Sri Lankan people are very bad. They drink bottles, bottles, bottles and kill their families and all this trouble, and alcohol very bad, but Europeans, you know, you're Europe, you know how to control it. So I go down there every couple of days to get a few, it's nice to have a few cold beers in the fridge, you know, sunbathe, and then I get people, you know, the cleaner and the night watchman, and I say, hey, take a beer, they're really nice, and they go, oh, this is lovely, because Corona is quite light, and they're drinking this really heavy beer here that just gets you blottoed. It's horrible, it's like 10 cents extra, I suppose, in London, in England. I'm rambling, but the sea is just so mesmerising. I can't, each wave is bigger than the last. It feels like I'm on the Truman Show. It's really, look, it's coming up, look how far it's coming up, almost to the gate, look at that. Now if you walk along there, which I have, it drags you in. It's really, really strong. Really, really strong. And you think, oh, I'll just paddle, but it just takes your legs beneath you and you're gone. But I'll take a walk along the beach later. Yeah, I was talking about the tsunami. I mean, the German man that owns this house here. You know, people's first impressions, don't ever go by first impressions, because everybody's on their best behaviour on the first impression. And that's a bullshit saying, oh, first impressions count. No, they don't. They're bullshit. Because people, really good people, have a screwed up day, and their first impression is gone. And then you get psychopaths who have it planned and perfect, and they have a great day. And the psycho of first impressions is brilliant. So I never go by first impressions. So this German man that owns the house, I had a funny feeling from day one. Day one, we went to see the house, came to see the house. Supon came with me, and I said he lives here 40 years. He's German, ex-military. I think he's one of Hitler's henchmen, to be honest. His ways and his attitude towards the people are just unreal. I've seen it every day now. He's unbelievable, and I just don't like the man. I said to Supon, I think he's one of those Nazis that escaped and living here. He has no wife, no children. He can't go back to Germany. And I said to him, how long have you been here? And he said, 40 years. And I said, oh, you must like it. And he's like, oh, you don't know what it's like, the people. And Supon was with me, and he said to me later, I didn't like what he said. And I said, no, neither did I. I said, I thought it was awful, because you're standing there and he's insulting the Sri Lankan people. I mean, I don't like that, first of all. Fair enough, he says it to me, be careful, this happens, that happens. But he said it in front of a Sri Lankan person. Oh, it's a crap country, be careful, don't do this. It doesn't look as good as you think, it's not as good as you think it looks, and things like that. So I said that first, but then there's like, he has a boy working there with little children, and the cleaning lady told me he's always got kids in the house, holding the kids, and he loves children. I find that unusual for an old man of 80 to be loving children. Old people don't like children, in my opinion. They're tired, they're too hard work, they just want peace and quiet. Any old person I know anyway just has no time for children, 5 minutes here and there. So that, but when I saw the people that work there, they look really unhappy. I can pick up vibes from people. They wouldn't look me in the eye, they were looking at the ground when I was there. And then the cleaning lady told me the other day, she was here and she said, I have to go, Mr. Walter called me for something. And I said, it sounded really urgent. I thought, what's wrong? Actually, what it was he had a delivery of roof tiles, 150 roof tiles. These are big, massive slate tiles, maybe, I don't know, 2 feet by 2 feet, 3 feet by 3 feet. I don't know what size those tiles are. They're big and they're heavy. They're slate. And the delivery man just plonked them in the garden, wouldn't help, and he called this little cleaning lady to come and help and carry them all the way around the house into the back, into the shed from the front of and these gardens are big. So she came back and she dislocated her 2 joints, and I went and got some tablets for her. She said they worked, anti-inflammatory muscle relaxants and things like that. So they won't give things like that to the local people, but I can go and buy things over the counter, which is good. So I bought them for a few times, and she said, they really help. But what it was, she just pulled all her tendons and her muscles in her arms. Big lump on her elbow, she couldn't even move. And she's only, my God, she must be about 5 stone. She's about 4 foot. She's a really small lady. She's over 60, 70 I'd say. Quite healthy, because she rides bike and all, does the gardens, does this, does that. But for him to ask her to carry in these tiles, it made me sick. And I said, God, that's terrible. I said, that's awful. It's a man's job. I said, could you not call a handyman or somebody? Why is he asking you? And then yesterday, he sent up maybe 4 huge bags of laundry. Oh, my washing machine is broke, can you do them for me? So she was here till 4 o'clock, from 9 till 4 o'clock, washing his clothes, sheets, duvet, oh, really heavy stuff, towels. She was here for days, so I helped her with that and did the garden a bit, but he takes bloody advantage. I've heard a few other things as well, so I really have my doubts about the man. He's lovely to me, very polite, but from what the staff won't give anything away. It's like she told me a few things first. Oh yeah, he's married, he has children, and then another day, no, he's not married, he's not children, he lives here, he has the boys there. So I think there's definitely something funny going on. You can sense these things, and if people were happy working for him, wouldn't be looking at the ground, really looking depressed. In my opinion, anyway, anyone who works for me would be having a laugh, would be laughing in the garden, and they'd be friendly, and you know. But I can tell when people are not being looked after, and I don't think he's looking after anybody. So anyway, oh yeah, and another thing he said was the tsunami. You know, it came up again. I said, was the villa here? And he said, oh yeah, it came up to the balcony and people were on my roof. So the villa's not in too bad condition, for most things were swept away, so it must be quite sturdy. But he said to me, oh, it's long gone now, it's forgotten about, don't worry about it, everyone forgot. But that's blatantly not true, because everyone I speak to is having nightmares. Even Supon, for example, he's 25 now, so he said he was about 8 or 9, and he remembers getting his sister's children. One was 3 and one was a baby, and carrying them up onto a roof and they didn't know where his mom was, they didn't know where his sister was. People were oh Jesus Christ. Sorry, something flew into my ear. Hope it's gone. So he said he's still having nightmares. I'm having nightmares every night. I'm having nightmares every night. I'm waking up thinking, imagining the sea just flying through the windows and the doors just flying off. It's in my mind every night. I wasn't even here. It's just from what I've been listening to people. It's on my mind. So the way he said, oh, a long time ago, everyone forgot now, moved on. People haven't moved on. I mean, the man next door, I was talking to a man, he owns a hotel down there. Saw him on the beach, and he's lost 8 of his family, and he said he's trying to pick up. Nobody helped them. No government didn't help anybody, because there's a lot of from what I gathered, there's a lot of uneducated people, and didn't go through the right channels to make claims for their losses, so they lost out. Nobody helped them because they hadn't got the education to fill in all the stupid forms that they were making them do. So this is what I found out a couple of days ago. So all the houses and businesses that were here were just swept away, and people are just meant to pick up the pieces. They don't get any unemployment benefit here, no free medical. If you're not working and you can't earn a living, you're dead basically on the street. So most of the houses they're doing them bit by bit. They try to do the windows, they try to do the floors, they try to do the new kitchen. It's taking them forever. I mean, it's 13 years later. I think it was 2000 something, 10, 11, something like that. 2002 maybe? No. What year are we? 2002 or something, or 1 or something like that, but it's about 13 years ago, isn't it? So, people just walking across the beach there. So people haven't forgotten. They're still having nightmares and still cry when they tell you, oh yeah. And everybody wants to talk about it, and it seems like they were just forgotten in this part of the country here. The government or aid didn't help. They said at the beginning, for the first couple of days, from what I've been hearing from several people, the aid workers really did help with water, because they'd no water or food for 2 days, 3 days, and the aid got to them. That's about it. That's the only help they've ever gotten for those first few days before things got back semi-normal and people were able to do things again. but nobody's helped them rebuild anything. They're all making a little bit of money and they'll do a bit in the house. Make another little bit of money, they'll do something else. So even all this time later, they're still working just to get the roofs and windows and floors done in their houses. I find that quite sad, to be honest. And thinking maybe some sort of charity might be a good idea to set up to help those people. Because nobody's helping them. Nobody at all. And no tourists come here. It's very few. I've just seen two walk past and two walk past us, four. And I didn't see them before. So they just must have arrived for, and people are only staying a couple of days and going. It's like they do 2 days here, 2 days there. So all the restaurants are empty, all closed mostly. So nobody's making any money through tourism. So it really needs a charity set up to help them individually, just help individual families get their house done and help another family do their house. It's just still devastated after all this time. And they're having to sell the land to foreigners. Oh, sell me plot for a couple of thousand. A couple of thousand for an acre plot on the beach. This is what, because they need the money. Some of the husbands died, so they can't continue the house to the repairs. A lot of the men died, fishermen died. So a lot of them lost the breadwinner. Women don't work here. They try to do little bits, make clothes, sell things, but they don't actually go out to work. Unless in the capital cities, there's few women now, but most women, it's like Ireland years ago, the women just don't work, they stay at home with the kids and the men are the breadwinners. So I'm thinking of something to do, maybe set up a charity or something, because they need it badly, and it's not going to cost that much for each family, like a few thousand here, a few thousand there, a few thousand. And eventually let them build up their houses at least, so it's got some standard of living. I've been to a few of their houses now and they're pretty basic. It's like sleeping on the floor, all of them. Kitchen, having a kettle is a luxury. Having an iron is out of the question. So they have the basic, really old things that you would throw away on it. In the West, people would throw away years ago. They're still using them. So if they do need a bit of help, I think that might be something I can work on.